Hi, I'm filled to the brim with Hufflepuff pride, Jake.
And I use the time turner to go back in time and stop JK from writing Cursed Child.
It's a long one. And welcome to Clinical Term
Nerd.
where we talk about everything and anything nerdy.
Nerdy.
So, probably can't guess what we're talking about today.
Would it be...
It's the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
No, Harry Potter.
It's definitely Harry Potter. So I think this is, between the two of us, like, our shared love of this franchise is massive.
On a scale of, 1 to 10, what would your Harry Potter knowledge be?
Harry Potter knowledge...
You're supposed to say 9 3/4.
Oh.
Forget it. Okay, so.
I didn't know the joke.
Well, you're not a Harry Potter fan then, is he? What was your first exposure? Did you know the books first or the movies?
Books. So, let's go back in time, shall we? Use that time turner. Go back to...
1945.
No, 5th grade Jake, circa 1998. So when the books first came out, my 5th grade teacher actually started reading it to us, but then she went on maternity leave, and we were only 3 chapters in. I was like, you know what, I want to keep reading that. So I read Sorcerer's Stone in 5th grade, and have been obsessed since. How about you?
Books first. I was in 5th grade as well.
Mm-hmm.
Young Clayton, 2005.
What?
2000. So, 5th grade, and I went to the library, and this book caught my attention, which was this dorky kid with glasses holding onto the tail of a bird, and I checked it out, and my teacher flipped the f*** out because I rented part 2 instead of part 1.
I was going to say, that was Chamber of Secrets then. That is a no-no.
Yeah, so I didn't know that you're not supposed to read them out of order, so she literally made me go take the book back and get Sorcerer's Stone, but they didn't have Sorcerer's Stone, so I was pissed, because I'm like, who are you to tell me that I can't check out the book that I want to read? So, then I remembered that I saw that book somewhere, and my mom actually ended up having it. So before I was even a Potter fan, my mom had the book, and I still have that book, duct taped and banged up and covered in God knows what. But that was my first exposure.
Yeah, my first copy of Sorcerer's Stones. It's not hardcover, so
Same.
It's literally taped together. But I will never get rid of that book. The hours I've put into rereading that series over and over again. I think that when I read Goblet of Fire, I literally read it in 2 days.
No, I spaced those out.
Oh, no, I did not. I was just like, what's one more chapter? And then the whole book later, I'm done. I did not space it out.
Okay, so now is the most important question. Are you a Gryffindor?
No.
No, so obviously the question was, what house are you? And I think we can obviously say that I'm the better house, Gryffindor.
You would say that, you prideful Gryffindor. I am obviously a Hufflepuff. Get that out of my face.
What compelled...
Whoa. Before we go through that, you are a Slytherin in Gryffindor disguise, wolf in sheep's clothing.
What compelled you to pick Hufflepuff? Why not just get on the train and go home?
Brad. So, I was actually always, growing up, I was I'm a Ravenclaw. I was all about, being a Ravenclaw, and then Pottermore happened, and I took the quiz several times, and every time I got Hufflepuff. So, I was like, okay, so this is from JK herself, so I obviously, I'm a Hufflepuff. It keeps happening, and, who am I to argue with the creator?
It's true.
What about you? Why are you so Gryffindor?
I love Gryffindor. Same way. Growing up, I was I'm a Gryffindor. I don't care what the other houses are, I am a Gryffindor. And I think it's because I like the fact that I would be in a tower above the rest of you. It's good for my ego.
I don't know if the tower would be able to sustain that. You might be knocking it over.
So when Pottermore came out, I remember like first of all, I remember going on like BuzzFeed and all these other articles where it was like, what kind of Pop Tart are you? And then also like tell us what your favorite cereal is and we'll tell you what your Hogwarts house is. I was always Gryffindor. If there was ever a percentage, it was like Gryffindor with a little bit of Slytherin, a little bit of Ravenclaw, and zero Hufflepuff. Never Hufflepuff.
Oh, see, so I'm always like Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw were always like neck and neck, and then Gryffindor was like a close third, and then like Slytherin is like 7%. Like it was always Slytherin was always way down.
No,
the
Slytherin was
list.
definitely like creeping up, but I prefer
It's
Gryffindor.
weird. You would put on the hat, and the hat would be like, you would do well as Slytherin. You'd be like, no, I want Gryffindor, but the hat would still be like, yeah, but like Slytherin, and you'd just be like, no, Gryffindor, and it just would be like a struggle, and then he'd finally just give up and put
Yeah, because I would tell him, put me in the house that I asked you to, or burn you.
Yeah, very Gryffindor-like.
Yeah. So, then Pottermore came out, and I was like, I don't care if I had to cheat my way through this, like, I am going to get the house that I want. And without, like, you cannot cheat on Pottermore. Like, those questions were so far out there, but I got Gryffindor on the first try, so.
Yeah, there were some really weird ones. Left or right? Are you going to go to the beach or the woods?
Which potion are you going to drink? I'm like, I don't know. Am I Hermione in Sorcerer's Stone, the part that was cut from the movie? No.
I remember when Pottermore came out, like, I was like, I want to, because they were like, answer the questions and be one of the first 1 million people. I got it on day 5, because I remember I answered the Order of the Phoenix question, which was, it was like a math question where you had to answer what was based on the house of the Order of the Phoenix, times that number by 12, and then do this, and do like a math problem. And I remember I got it wrong, because I'm apparently a bad Harry Potter fan. I kept thinking that it was number 13, Grimmauld Place, it's 12. So after, like, I was like, what is going on? I was like, oh crap, it's number 12, Grimmauld Place, not 13. So, but I got there.
Some fan.
I was one of the first 1 million people on Pottermore, so.
What is your favorite book?
My favorite book, honestly, I really like book 7.
Okay.
Like, that book 7 was the one that drew the most emotions from me. Like, the entire series as a whole is just amazing, but I think 7 was the one that I feel the most emotionally attached to. Just because, looking at the series as a whole and how much it, like, grew over time, like, book 7 put a nice bow on everything, which is really hard for a lot of book series. There's a lot of book series that I've read that the ending didn't really feel satisfying. I felt satisfied at the end of Harry Potter.
True.
Like, if we never got another book, we never got, Fantastic Beasts or anything like that, I wouldn't have been upset because I felt
Agreed.
satisfied with the series.
Okay. Mine is definitely Prisoner of Azkaban.
I feel like that's a lot of people's.
Yep. I love the book. I think out of the movies, it's probably my favorite movie as well. My second favorite would be Deathly Hallows.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what it is about Prisoner of Azkaban. Like, it's not even one of the larger books, but it is my favorite book.
It's the most different because it's the only one that's not about Voldemort.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just getting just a little bit dark.
It's definitely where, like, it started to turn. And this is a big one. What do you think your post-Hogwarts career would be?
Magizoologist.
That was fast.
I don't have to think about that one. I mean, obviously, I am a huge animal nerd. Like, my degree's in biology, so, like, I love animals, and, the idea of, like, taking care of, like, magical creatures is always, like, that would be just the best. Like, when, in book 6, when they were like, no one signed up for Hagrid's Newt class, I'd be like, I would have been the one person, like, that would have been there for it. Like, signed up, be like, alright, Hagrid, what are we doing? Like, rolling up my sleeves, and, like, my dream is to own Newt Scamander's briefcase. Just travel around, open it up, walk down my briefcase, and go take care of all my magical creatures. Like, Newt Scamander has my dream job. 100%.
Whose one do you have?
Newt's. I mean, our cat is named Newt, so, like.
That's true.
How about you? What's your career?
I would like to say something with the ministry or maybe a teacher at Hogwarts, but I think I would probably end up taking over Rita Skeeter's job.
I'm not one to gossip, but.
I mean, I would be as vicious as her, but hey, she had style.
Stirring that pot.
So, well, that wraps up this part of the Harry Potter extravaganza.
Part 1.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess next week we'll talk about Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, we'll see you in part 2. We're gonna go have a wizard's duel. Wands ready? Bye.
A wonderful day.
Oh, that was a good one.
I know, right?